Here with Coach Aaron Christian of the Chuckey-Doak Black Knights, who traveled to Rebel Hill to take on the South Greene Rebels. Coach, it's been a while since Doak has won out there, and you're playing a team that is basically, has nothing to lose. Could you give me a little scouting report on what the Rebels do well?
Yeah, it has been 20 years since Chuckey-Doak's won at Rebel Hill in 1992. Last year was the first year we had beat them in 19, so it's something about that maroon color out there has given us fits for the past couple of decades. But going into this game, you watch them on film, you see those skill guys that really stand out, the receiver positions. They mix in the Shuffler kid and the Alcantara kid a lot. You got to find the personnel groupings because they're not going to line up in the same spot at receiver every time. We're going to have to do a good job of getting in, making some open tackles in space. Those defensive backs have got to get up to the receiver, hopefully make a play on the ball, and if not, they got to have a good solid tackling game. So we know that they're dangerous. They never have any fear with their play calling. We come into a game 2 years ago feeling pretty confident. They ran 18 plays, 500 yards, 50-something points. So they are dangerous, and they still got the good skill kids. Quarterback's a pretty tough kid, especially for a freshman. You watch him on film, kid gets knocked around quite a bit. They have some trouble protecting him at times, but he's always bounced right back up, seems to have a pretty good positive attitude about it. So, we're feeling pretty good about the game, but, we're going to have to step up to the challenge. They are not going to lay down. It's a big rival game for us.
Sure. And that quarterback, Justin Castile out there, the freshman, threw for almost 300 yards last week in the loss, so there's definitely a danger zone there. What does your defense have to do well? Are you thinking up front is the key position, or maybe your linebackers? What do you think?
Well, we're going to definitely have to get pressure on them. We hope to be able to get the pressure with the front four, maybe send a linebacker or two at times. But, if you look at the game situations that they're in, they're playing from behind some, so the pass attempts go up when they're trying to climb back into a game. Mm-hmm. If they watch us on film and see the statistics, against our pass defense, that we expect, anywhere from 35 to 45 pass attempts this game. So we know in the secondary that we're going to have to be in position, making sure we're getting to those assignments. All of our checks have to be flawless. Or else they're going to hurt you. They got kids, if they can get the ball out there to them in space, they can take it to the house and put up some points.
Sure. With a team that who's not afraid to wing it, or is a little, I guess, for lack of a better term, a little hard to pin down on what their game plan is going to be on offense. Is there, if you're thinking they're going to pass the ball more, is there a little wrinkle you put in? Do you have a different defensive back package or anything like that?
Yeah, we'll rotate some things we did maybe to Cumberland Gap. We can always have the chance to take a linebacker out, get an extra DB in there as a nickel. Depending on the way the game flow goes, we like to stay in the base defense.
Sure.
So if we can do that, that's what we're going to try and do.
Sure. And let's pivot to your offensive side of the ball. They've had a hard time stopping the run at times, and the defense just hasn't gelled yet for Sean Jones's club. But they're young. They're young, and they're dangerous and athletic. What do you guys need to do well, to score some points?
Well, I'm calling out the offensive line this week. I did it last week. I told them that I expected domination up front, and that didn't happen the entire game. There's maybe a quarter and a half there on offense where we looked really good, being more physical than West Greene. But this week, my expectation came in the same. I expect to totally dominate up front, and those kids know that. So we feel like we do have that advantage up front. Now, with that said, if we can get to our blocks and make sure our assignments are flawless, our backs will have lanes to run through. We can get those backs to that secondary level, get a move on that safety, and we think we might be able to get some big plays. So offensively, we also need somebody to step up to that receiver position. It's since we've lost Rodney Greene for the year, it's been trying to plug the hole, and just something I haven't been very confident in. So we're going to be switching some personnel in there. You may be able to see some new faces out there lined up at receiver, and we need somebody that can block, and not only that, catch a pass and have those sure hands for us on a third down play.
Sure. Hey, Coach, good luck this week.
Thanks.